Hello everybody! Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft How to Build. Manticore here, and today we're going to be finishing up the Adventurers Guild that we started in the last episode. And, I actually don't know for sure whether we'll be completely done with it by the end of today's episode, but we're definitely going to try to get the rest of this exterior done. Coming up here to the top of the building, we've got the rest of the roof, which we still need to finish up, but I want to prioritize the sides of this building first off, because everything along the back is going to be pretty much identical to what we have up here, with the exception of the windows. So now I'm going to go ahead and start with, let's see here, we actually need to get some stairs in up here first. But then let's go ahead and start with the white concrete that we were using in the other episode. And that should be good. We want it to be flush with the mountainside so that we can't actually see any of this stone brick that we have laid out. Now let's see, there's the terracotta. We're going to go ahead and build up the rest of this here. So I believe it was 1, 2, 2, 2, 1 before. So maybe what we can do here is do 1, 2, maybe just 1, because this is a 13 by 30 building, so it's very much longer on the wide side than it is the depth side. Now let's go ahead and do the same thing but reverse. So we've got the one white concrete followed by the terracotta, which is 1, 2, 1. So that white concrete in the center there should be our centerpiece. We'll go ahead and bring this all the way up to the top. And that might actually be too high, but we'll see what we've got here once we get everything in. So for now, I'm just going to go ahead and fill in this terracotta wall. There we go. And we'll do the same thing over here. There we go. So now coming down to here, we'll take a look and try to make this all line up. So a little bit something like that should be about what we need. And then this might be too high, so we'll just get rid of that for now. I think it's pretty obvious where the building ends. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the opposite side, and then we'll come through here and work on this roof. Alright, so we went ahead and placed in the opposite side wall here, and as you can see, it's sort of just built into the mountainside itself, but we can work on that from the inside a little bit later on. Now, coming over to here, I also went ahead and started placing down some stairs to make sure that everything was at the right level, which it is, so we went ahead and just stacked up the stairs one per, just like we did over here. And now we're going to go ahead and lay down some spruce planks across the top here. So now this is what it'll look like so far. We might wind up varying this design slightly because I want it to be a little bit more unique, and right now it almost looks a little barnish or something. But let's get the rest of this roof on for now. Alright, now we've gone ahead and completed that roof build, so we're going to go ahead and just do a quick once around here to show you guys how it looks. And it's pretty much just merged into the mountain. There's no real actual form around it, so we've got a little bit of work to do from the interior section. However, this is looking pretty good on the outside. Now up here, this is a section that's looking very flat. So I want to do something to make it look a little bit more unique. And now I'm thinking we could do something. We might play around with a few ideas here, but first thing that I want to give a try is some kind of pattern that we can place along the top of this roof. So we're going to go ahead and give birch stairs a try first. And the reason I'm using birch is simply because it matches with these pillars up front. So ideally it should make a good section that would, basically a good accent. Alright, so we've got something like that now. And I don't know, that might be a little too high. We don't want to do, I see that more on like Eastern Imperial style inspired buildings, and I don't know if that's what I want, so maybe we take a look here and do something a little bit more, maybe something like this, and bear with me, we're gonna see how this looks. And sorry if it's getting a little spinny there, might be feeling a little nauseous, but this is what we've got so far, and so it gives little pokes up at the top, but I want to go ahead and grab some iron bars is what I'm thinking, and if that doesn't work, maybe even some fences? Let's just give that a try here real fast. Alright, so this is what I was originally thinking, is just some iron bars in between the center. But what if we did try these fences? And I think I kind of want to spin this around a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I don't know about that, but what if we did something like that? Okay, so I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe if we did something like this? Or even... let's see. So that's how it looks with the fences poking up, which isn't the worst thing. How would it look? Yeah, those just don't connect down to there, which is a problem for me. Okay, I think we'll go ahead and just do something like that. And then, actually, what if we did metal or iron bars on top of these fences? I think something like that could work. Okay, that's something. And basically I mentioned in the last episode, I'm just trying to make this look less like a library, because right now it's looking a little too friendly, like public school type look. Throw in a flagpole right there, and you'd have a little old-fashioned school. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and put in the rest of this, and then so you guys don't have to sit here and get dizzy, I'll go ahead and bring you guys back in once that's all in. Alright folks, that's gonna do it for the roof topper. Now, it doesn't look too bad. It's different. It's sort of got its own unique style, and you know what? It looks like I forgot one of those iron bars. Let me go ahead and fix that real quick. There we go. Alright. And now I feel like we need a little bit something more right down here somewhere. So let's go ahead and do, you know, maybe if we did something like that. That doesn't look too bad. What if we put the polished andesite right up here? That's not too bad. I kind of like that. We'll go ahead and keep it. Alright, so now let's go ahead and I just want to see how this will look if we did some kind of little ledge down here. But you know, I think it's a little too thick. But we might do something like this. Something like that's not too bad. But I don't know how I feel about it floating, so we'll go ahead and deal with that a little bit later. And for now, let's take a look at the interior. So it's all very dark, but let's go ahead and head up here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and lay down the floor first, and I think for that we can do something. Let's go ahead and give smooth stone a try and see how that looks. Alright, so now I'm just going to go ahead and lay this all out real quick, and then from there we'll light this place up. There we go, we've got a floor in here now, and I want to go ahead and finish up these walls as I mentioned, so let's go ahead and do that really quick. And to do that, it's pretty basic. We're just going to be following the patterns that we already have laid out, and we're going to be dragging those all the way down to the floor. Okay, so something just like that. There we go. And you know, let's go ahead and throw in some lights up here as well so we can see what we're working with further up. Alright, there we go. And then for this back wall, we're going to mirror what we have up front. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to be leaving out the windows. Alright, we've gone ahead and filled in the rest of these walls here now. And so everything is all set up to go ahead and start working on the interior. Before we do that though, I want to go ahead and set up I want to add some banners to the outside of this building. And for now, they're just going to be these plain blue ones, but we'll add some more detail to those a little bit later. I decided to go with blue because they did match the center flowers, so I thought that would go along pretty well. And we'll make some kind of logo to go onto these for the Explorers Hall itself. So now heading back inside, we'll go ahead and get rid of those banners for now. And there are a few things that I want to focus on while building up this interior. The primary thing is the map that I mentioned, so let's go ahead and grab some item frames. And we'll go ahead and just fill this whole thing up. So maybe right about there. Or maybe one higher than that. Okay, there we go. Oops. There we go. We'll do something like that just for now. And that's going to be our wall for the map itself, which it's going to be fairly large, as you can see. We'll have to grab some maps to do that here in just a bit. But now that we have those, I'm almost wondering if maybe we put some of those pillars that we have outside up against this wall. So maybe right about here? There we go. And something like that should border it pretty well. And I kind of want to do maybe some polished andesite stairs to border it. And this huge map, it's the main focus of our Explorers Hall. So that's going to be great. And then I'm thinking we might want to do some kind of upper floors? I'm not too sure. But I also want to do a quest board. So we've got quite a bit to do in here. Now I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I guess we can move these in by one. If it looks too off, then we can change that. There we go. So something just basic like that I think doesn't look too bad. But I don't know about that. I'm not sure whether I like the thicker base or the thinner base, so I want to give both a try. Let's go ahead and do these along there. There we go. And then let's go ahead and put this up here. Maybe if we put some spruce planks up here. I think I like this big grand look a little bit more, so we'll go ahead and keep that, but let me grab these spruce steps. There we go. Alright, and then we'll grab those stairs once more. Oop, one too high. There we go. And then we'll put in the planks and the stairs. Alright. So that looks pretty nice, and this is going to be even better once we get some actual maps in there. And then I think I kind of want to do maybe some kind of tables stretched across the fronts. Basically what I'm thinking, with the exception of this giant map, is I almost want to do something sort of fairy tale inspired with their guild hall. You know how it's like a big dining room type thing, and that's sort of what I'm thinking about doing here, or that's what's inspiring me. So maybe, what can we do here for those? Let's grab some dark oak steps, or not steps, dark oak fences, and I'm almost wondering if just one large table would be better. I don't know. Let's go ahead and get rid of some of these lights so that we have somewhere to place this. Maybe if we do something... maybe if we do 2 tables to start with. We'll line these up with the pillars and then bring them down like so. So they are, that one's 6 wide at least. This one is also 6, so we measured that out right. And then we can go ahead and do the regular trap doors from here. And I'm not sure which way I want these to face, but I suppose we can go ahead and do it like so. Oop. There we go. And then we'll do the same thing over here, except a little bit faster. Okay. And that is not how I expected that to go. But I do like that a little bit more, so maybe we'll stick with it. Let's just drag this across. It's going to be the easiest way to fill this in as far as I'm aware. There we go. Okay. So that's not too bad. And, it's awfully big though. Maybe instead of doing a bunch of small tables, what we can do is just one big table, and then maybe we can put the quest job board over here. Let's see what we've got. Some signs. Let's just do dark. Well, that has a weird color letter to it. Maybe we'll just stick with oak. Shoot, we're gonna have to fill that all out, aren't we? Okay, let's do... Oh, and I want to do something with that, so... Okay, we're gonna make an actual little job board right about here. And that actually looks a little skinny to me, so let's extend it out to there. Then we'll extend this upwards. And that should be plenty big. Okay. And then we can just place down these signs for all of the quests that we want to do, like bring 3 Ender Dragon heads. I don't know. Alright, we'll just do that for our first one, and I probably should have said collect 3, but oh well. That should be good, and then... what should we do for up here? Maybe steps again? I don't know if I'm a fan of that. What if we did this stripped spruce log still? Okay. How it just looks so thick to me. Alright, so this is the design that we went ahead and did for the quest board itself. So we pretty much just laid out some spruce trapdoors along the top and along the bottom in order to make it look a little bit more sealed off there. And then I also went ahead and added some chairs around the side of this table, and I wanted to go ahead and show you guys this design because I haven't used it in any of my previous builds. However, what this is it's pretty much just stairs with a sign on the side that's not written on to make it look like arms. So it's a little bit smaller and more compact than using a trapdoor as the sides of it, and it still looks pretty good. Looks especially good on couches, or if you're going to be using like the purple or the blue wood from the Nether, then that makes it definitely look like a couch. But now that we've gone ahead and done that, we need to figure out a better way to get this lighting around. So I'm thinking that we drop some chains down from the ceiling and pretty much follow through like so. Okay, so I think that's a pretty good design for these hanging lamps. They gradually go up lower, and even though this is only 3 apart, these two, whereas these two are 4 apart, I think it still looks pretty good because these are at the same length as the pillars themselves. Now we might wind up dropping down, well, we can't really do one right here in the center, so this is probably going to have to be bright enough. But let's go ahead and I want to do some floating planters up here above this section. And I think I want to do those about 4 wide, so right about there. And then let me go ahead and grab some oak leaves. Alright, then we'll just place those right up there. And that gives it a little bit more design. And just to verify, that is 3 from there. So we'll do the same thing over here. And if you don't want to use polished andesite for this, you don't have to. I just thought it wouldn't go too bad since we already have it over there. It would make a decent accent to keep them the same color. So that's what we got there, and I'm not too sure whether or not I want to do a second table over here, which is the reason that I have not added it yet. But when I look at these walls, I'm pretty happy with what we've got so far, because we don't really need anything along this side, even though we could put some shorter shelves over here. The windows are a nice addition to the decorations, and so it makes it fairly well balanced. Now, I'm thinking that we can go ahead and do maybe another one of these floating planters, and this one we'll just do 3 wide, and we'll do it directly in the center. And then we'll do the same thing right over here. Okay, so something just like that is what we've got. And it's looking pretty nice, it's looking fancy, I like it so far. No, I decided not to do the second floor. We definitely could in order to maximize the usage of this space. However, I think we'll be okay without it. And then I want to do something small over here because we need some more light. So maybe we can do some bookshelves. Yeah, let's go ahead and do 2. And then we'll do our regular spruce trapdoors on the side there in order to make it so you can't see books on the side. And I think that looks pretty good. And it gives some more light over here, which this area is kind of desperately needing. So then we'll do another bookshelf right over here just to keep it symmetrical. And we can get rid of this little lamp now along with that one. You know, this probably wouldn't look too bad to put a second one there, and it'll help lighten the place up a bit more. So maybe we'll go ahead and do that. And you know, why don't we go ahead and replicate the lamps that we have on the outside and add some hanging ones right about there. And that should make the whole area nice and bright for if you're building this world in survival. So now I'm not too sure what I want to do over here. I'm almost thinking that I want to make some kind of couches. So now let me go ahead and grab those stairs and I'll show you what I was talking about before. We'll use warped stairs in this case. And then I'm almost thinking maybe the lighter color for the wood on the sides. So then, really quick, I want to keep this symmetrical on both ends, so we'll just put that down there. And part of me wants to put a quest board here, but I feel like that would be too much, so we'll just leave that section empty. And, you know, I have an idea for over there. I don't know if it'll work or not, but I do like the idea. Right now I'm just making sure that that planter is where it should be compared to that one, and I think it is. So I'm going to go ahead and create a small couch along here for now. And actually that's probably a good length. And we'll go ahead and make 2 of these here so it's nice and wide. And maybe a shorter one right there as well. And then we'll go ahead and put these wood signs on. And so it looks like you've got some kind of blue fabric for the couches themselves, and then you've got the wood armrests. Whoops. There we go. Oh dear, that's not gonna work. There we go. And then we'll finish off that armrest. Okay. So that's not too bad. I think it'll do for now. I might as well keep those the same as what we've got going for the chairs. That way this build all sort of goes together. And then I need this trapdoor once more in order to block off these bookshelf sides. And then I'm thinking a carpet for right in here. So let's grab some... let's do dark and light blue. And we should be done with that terracotta for now, and probably that as well. So we'll try something like this. Maybe if we do the light in the center. Maybe not. Maybe the other way around. Let's do dark in the center and light on the outsides. Okay, that's not too bad. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of it though, so I'm gonna go ahead and do actually some stripes. And I think that's pretty good. And then I actually want to go ahead and put in a fireplace right about here. So I'm gonna go ahead and break this down, and we're gonna grab some bricks. So we'll do that. We might need that. It's been a little bit since I've had to make a fireplace, but we'll play around with some blocks if need be. And let's grab that campfire while we're at it as well. There we go. Alright, so if we do something like that, then something like this. Actually, maybe something like that. And then we'll do that. Maybe like this? Shoot, do we need a half slab? We might need a half slab here, folks. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and bring this up by 1. And then we'll do that. Okay. Kind of liking it. And then let's grab those iron bars that we had earlier. And maybe we just put it in the wall like so. Okay. You know, it might not be the fanciest thing, but I think I like it. I just want to change these out. Yes. Yes. Okay. I'm a fan of that, so I'm just gonna switch out this. It looks like it goes a little bit further. And folks, I think that is going to do it. Oh, the maps. Okay, let me go ahead and run out and I'll grab a bunch of maps for us to put together, and then I'll put these all up. Then we'll take a look at some of the surrounding area once we've got this full town in. Alright folks, we're back one last time here, and as you can see, I went ahead and went across the land and gathered up all of the maps that we needed in order to fill this little guy up. And so I really hadn't explored too far outside of this little island in itself. It was really interesting to see what was around. And as you can see, it is very dark, so let me go ahead and throw up some torches first. I think we'll go ahead and just place them right here next to the map itself. And the reason I'm using torches is simply because I wanted to do something that was different than the lanterns. I didn't want to have to hang those off somewhere, so I think that has a nice look to it. And you know, maybe let's even grab some stone buttons and add a little bit more decoration to this. If we do some stone buttons in between each of the torches, it almost looks like a little bit of a trim. And you know, it's not too bad. You could take it or leave it, either way. But so what we have here, let me go ahead and fly up. We can now see everything, including the witch's house way up north, along with the church, the warlock's mansion. We're right down here, so we're going to be filling up this area in the next few episodes. And then we've even got all the way down here our shaman's camp, which looks really awesome on the map. Here, if I don't zoom in too close, you can see the ribcage frame over it, and I think that just looks great. So with that, we've gone ahead and finished the majority of our explorer's haul. I think I'll come back through here and add some more quests to this board just for decoration, but if you folks have any ideas for random quests that we could put up on here for decoration, let me know in the comments down below, and I'd be happy to add them. Because as you can see, we've got quite a few slots open here, and I'll need some ideas once I start running out. So folks, that is going to do it for today. I hope you did enjoy this Explorers Guild, and we did manage to complete everything within 2 episodes. So, I'm going to call it here, but folks, I hope you had an awesome one, and if you did like the video, make sure you hit that like button as well, because that helps me out. And if you want to see more awesome builds, because we will be doing more in the future, don't forget to hit subscribe. Until next time, folks, have an awesome one, and I'll see you then. Bye!